Hi, I'm Suhit Amin, and I make over $300,000 per month with my business, but just $100,000 of that comes from just 2 clients using a simple and repeatable strategy. And if you're tired of juggling dozens of clients for minimal returns, this video is for you. I'll focus on those 2 clients and show you exactly how I did it and how you can start making $10,000 per month with just 2 clients. No need for a massive team or endless customers. By the end of this video, you'll know how to run a lean 6-figure business. But before I got to the point where I was making $100,000 per month from just 2 clients, my business journey looked a lot different. I started out like most people, in fact, probably like you, chasing as many clients as possible, thinking that more clients meant more income. I was constantly hustling, trying to land a deal after deal, but I quickly realized that this approach just wasn't sustainable. And part of the reason for this was because at 16 years old, I was diagnosed with stage 2A Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a cancer of the lymphatic system. I felt like I was on borrowed time, so I tried to speedrun a successful business. And this kind of worked, and I made $100,000 in revenue in my first 6 months. However, I was spreading myself too thin. Taking on too many smaller projects took a lot of effort, but brought in very little money. And at one point, I had over 10 clients, and I was just drowning in work. Instead of focusing on delivering great results, I was constantly chasing that next deal. And it's no surprise that I started losing clients as fast as I was gaining them. Does that sound familiar? Well, that's when I had a bit of a breakthrough. I realized that instead of trying to scale with quantity, I could scale with quality. By focusing on a few high-ticket clients who had bigger budgets and were looking for long-term and reliable results. I need to hustle for dozens of clients. I need to provide serious value to just a few who are willing to invest in a premium service. And once I made that shift, everything changed. Instead of worrying about juggling many clients, I could focus all of my energy on delivering the best possible results for a select few. I was over the moon, and I went from being a super stressful, low ROI business to something that was worth the work and I was proud of. This change allowed me to not only provide a better service, but also charge significantly more. So I went from feeling overwhelmed with a low margin business to now earning over $100,000 per month from just 2 clients. And that's what I'm going to walk you through today. Now that you know why I switched to high ticket clients, let me explain the simple business model that allows me to make $100,000 per month with just 2 clients. It's called an influencer marketing agency, or an IMA for short. But don't confuse this with running ads for local plumbers or restaurants. That's small time stuff. What we do is act as the middleman between brands that want to market through influencers and influencers who are looking to monetize their audience. Now, here's why this model is so powerful. Most influencers work full time, but only 2% make over $50,000 per year. That leaves millions of creators with tons of attention, but very little income. That's exactly where brands can come in to make a massive return on investment. Now, you might be thinking, why do brands even need an IMA? Can't they just reach out to influencers themselves? Well, you're not wrong. In theory, they could just send an email to set up the conversation. But here's the thing, most brands don't fully understand how to leverage influencers. It's a new space, and they don't have the time or expertise to manage these relationships effectively. And that's where we come in. Brands are willing to pay a premium to have us handle everything, from selecting the right influencers to managing the entire campaign, because they know it's going to be done right. And influencers, they're busy creating content and don't have the time or business know-how to hunt for deals themselves. So it makes it much easier for them to sign deals through an agency just like mine. When dealing with clients like this, the first thing that I do is charge a monthly retainer. This retainer guarantees consistent income no matter what. My clients know they can rely on me for ongoing support, whether they're launching campaigns or just need consulting. This retainer alone covers a good chunk of my income, and it keeps things predictable month after month. But here's where it gets interesting. When a client runs a campaign, I take 30 to 50% of their budget. So if they allocate $100,000, my agency takes 30 to 50,000 for managing everything from influencer selection to execution and results. And you're probably now wondering, how do I land clients who are willing to pay these fees? Well, don't worry, I'm going to break this down in just a bit. But first, I really want you to grasp the power of this model. By combining solid monthly retainer with campaign-based fees, I'm able to build a lean business with high margins. This way, I'm not constantly hunting for new clients or overloaded with too many small projects. I can focus all my energy on just 2 clients and still bring in multi-6 figures per month. So now that you understand the business model, let's get into how I land these high-ticket clients, because let's be honest, that's the part what most people struggle with. The first method I use is in-person networking. And I know this sounds old school in the age of social media, but it's incredibly powerful. Going to industry events, conferences, and even smaller meetups allows you to build relationships face to face. I'm actually just back from Belgium imagine where I was at a conference meeting clients. And when you meet someone in person, you're not just another email in their inbox, you're a real person with a real connection. I've landed some of my biggest clients this way just by being in the right place, having real conversations, and showing them how I can help. Now, I get it, not everyone has access to high-level industry events. So here's a second method, and that is LinkedIn outreach. LinkedIn is a goldmine for landing high-ticket clients if you know how to use it properly. In fact, my agency has done well over $2 million in revenue from simple LinkedIn outreach, followed by a discovery call where I showed them how my agency could transform their influencer marketing campaigns. It's all about crafting a personalized message that shows the brand or decision maker exactly how you can solve their problems. Now, most people just send cold emails or messages and hope for the best. But when you do your homework and show them that you've already thought through their problems and have a plan to help them, it's a whole different ballgame. I don't send generic messages. I tailor each one based on their pain points and how I can help them get results. And I've got videos on my channel explaining exactly how to do outreach, so make sure you check those out after this video. Next, I'm going to explain how we keep these clients once we've landed them, because getting these clients is just the first step. Keeping them happy and renewing those contracts month after month is where the real money is. Now, landing a high-ticket client is great, but the real success comes from keeping them long term. That's where consistent income and scalability comes in. So how do I keep these clients paying me month after month? First, it's all about delivering results. You need to show them tangible outcomes from your campaigns. Whether it's increased sales, higher engagement, or improved brand awareness, they need to see the value that you're providing. I always make sure to track and measure the performance of every campaign so the client knows exactly what they're getting in return. Numbers don't lie, and when a client sees that their investment is paying off, they're going to keep coming back for more. But there's another key strategy I use, and that is upselling. You're probably like, what the fuck, Suhit? Charging people more keeps them? Well, yes, it's actually a super underrated way to keep a client. When you constantly deliver results, it opens the door for offering more services. The more services you offer, the more value you provide, which makes the client want to pay you more. Whether it's managing more aspects of their influencer marketing, offering deeper campaign insights, or taking on more of their marketing efforts. By upselling additional services, not only do I increase my income, but the client feels like they're getting more value too. One more thing I do that really helps retain clients is having a what's next meeting after every major campaign. Once we wrap up the campaign, I schedule a call with my client to review the results and, more importantly, discuss what's next. This shows that I'm proactive and thinking about their future success. It makes them feel like I'm invested in their long-term growth, and absolutely everyone loves that. So, by focusing on results, continually offering more value, and keeping communication open, I ensure that my clients don't just pay me once, they stick around for the long term, which is crucial for building a sustainable, high-revenue business. Next up, I'm going to show you to start building your own high-ticket client list and grow a business that runs lean and generates consistent income. Alright, so now you've seen how I land and keep high-ticket clients, you're probably wondering, how can you start doing this for yourself? Well, here's how I'd approach it if I were started from scratch today and wanted to make more than $10,000 per month with just 2 clients. Step 1 is to focus on building a small but valuable network of influencers. Don't worry, you don't need to know the biggest names right away. Start with influencers who have a decent following but aren't represented by big agencies yet. These are people who have attention but not the business structure to monetize effectively, and you're going to provide that value. But you're probably thinking, how do I even connect with these influencers? Well, that's where free value comes in. Offer them something without asking for anything in return. This can be a tip on how to improve their content, suggestions for monetizing better, or even connecting them with a brand that you think would fit. Once you prove your value, you'll have a foot in the door to manage bigger deals down the line. Step 2 is start reaching out to brands that align with these influencers. This doesn't have to be some complex, intimidating process. In fact, I found that starting small, whether it's with smaller 8-figure brands or niche companies, can lead to bigger opportunities. What's important is crafting your offer in a way that shows the brand how you can help them tap into an audience that they're not even reaching yet. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I convince a brand to trust me with their influencer marketing? Don't worry, I'm going to get into the exact messaging you should use in a minute, but before that, remember this: it's not about promising the world, it's about showing that you understand their goals and can deliver results that matter to them. And finally, step 3 is to start small but think big. You don't need a dozen clients at 6 figures. Start with 1 or 2 that are willing to invest, build those relationships, and prove your worth. Once you have a case study or 2 under your belt, it becomes much easier to land the next big client. And I'm going to dive deeper into exactly how to pitch these brands and you can build trust even if you're just starting out. But the foundation is simple: network, provide value, and focus on a few key clients. That's how I built my business to $300,000 per month, and it's how you can start your own journey to 6 figures a year start from nothing. So the big question, how do you actually learn all of this stuff that I've just mentioned to you right now? I know there's not much good influencer marketing advice out there, and that's why I created a free 1-hour course to walk you through everything. And if you click somewhere here on the screen, you're going to get a step-by-step deep dive breakdown into every single thing that I just covered here and show you how to execute in all 3 of those key steps. So make sure you click somewhere around this video, and I'll see you inside.